Puma fam, welcome to a very special episode of The Close-Up. Thanks to Puma, Chelcee, and myself have a very special guest, Hegerberg.
Thank you.
There we go!
Big audience.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got a live audience. So what are your thoughts so far in the clubhouse and everybody that's joined us today?
It's brilliant. I've never seen anything like this before. It's like as I told you, like a wine cellar downstairs, and the best audience I've seen in Paris so far. Better than the stadiums. Between us. They paid me for saying that.
And for those of you who don't know who Ada is, the first question we want to ask is, where have you been living the last years? Because we have no idea how you haven't heard of her. But Ada is a 23-year-old and is closing in on 300 career goals already. 5-time consecutive French League winner. 4-time consecutive Champions League winner. UEFA Best Player in 2016, as well as the first ever winner of the Women's Ballon d'Or in 2018.
Yes! Thank you. Just out of interest, do you know, I'm going to put you on the spot, how many goals you've actually scored?
I heard it somewhere here earlier. I don't have it in mind.
Do you want me to help you out?
Yeah.
293. I knew that. Do you remember your first goal though? Your first ever pro goal?
Yeah, I do. I was playing for Colbottom, which was my first pro club, and I came in one game and I scored my first goal in the second half there. It was a big moment for me.
Yeah, what did that feel like? Was it like?
Like every goal is important. Every goal is the same feeling, like adrenaline feeling, and hard to describe, but I appreciate them all, and that's why I always try to hunt them down one by one.
Well, let's get on with this show. This is the close-up. We will be getting inside the head of Ada as she walks us through her career, defining moments, and the things that make you the best footballer in the world. We'll chat physical, tactical, as well as the mental qualities needed to set yourself apart from the rest. You ready for that?
Hit it.
Yes.
Right. So we'll start at the beginning of your career, but first we'll indulge, and can you take us back to the Ballon d'Or last December?
Absolutely. I mean, historical moment for all of us, I guess. Being in the center, applause. I always said that, even though it was an individual trophy, it meant a lot for the sport. It meant a lot for women's football. It's such a historical trophy. Ballon d'Or, it says all. So having the woman in that spotlight is important, even though it's an individual trophy. I think, for me, being in the center of such a ceremony was out of my mind, out of this world, because it gives you a voice and it puts you in a position to make a change for the sport. And football is my biggest passion in life, so it made me grow, and obviously it was a big moment for me and my family as well.
It's been awarded to a men's player since 1956, so it only took 62 years for a woman to win. But why do you think it took so long, you know?
It's the same question I ask myself every day. Why aren't we moving even faster in the right direction? So I think to look at the positive sides is always about pushing for the women's game to go in the right direction, and to be able to push in the right direction, I think it's important to be critical as well. Be critical about what happens today. Are we moving in the right direction? Are we moving fast enough? Are we moving maybe too fast in some parts? So I think being critical, because we're the ones who are gonna bring the sport into a new place for the next generation.
Yep.
So being intelligent in the way we work is important.
You said here in an interview after winning, you said winning all these trophies and having all this success gives you a voice. It's not about me. It's never been about me. It's about getting the change for our sport. It should motivate a lot of others too. We're all in this together. How important do you see, you know, yourself as a role model, or the image of being a role model?
It's a tricky question, because I'm me, and I never consider myself as a role model. I just always try to take responsibility of being in a team. It's a team sport, so everyone has their responsibility. So I think it was quite a shock for someone maybe when I came in and I was 60 years old in my first pro team, and I was like, bam, let's train, you know? I think that shocked a lot of people, but age has never been a limit for me. I think everyone in the team has a responsibility, so trying to stay myself and bring the sport in the right direction of being having good performances.
So at 16, you came into the team and were already verbal with your teammates about.
Yeah, but I just wanted to succeed, you know, with the team, and I think to not be afraid of wanting to succeed. I think letting younger girls as well giving the will to win, I think is important to create that winning mentality, and that's going to create a lot of good footballers as well in the end.
I'm sure I can speak on behalf of a lot of the other people. You are a role model to us, and keep doing what you're doing because you're smashing it.
So, how did you get into football? What were your influences?
So basically, my mom and dad played, my brother played, and my sister played. So had no choice. But my mom and dad have been brilliant from day one. My sister's been brilliant. My brother been brilliant. They all shown the path for me, to be honest. So I have everything to thank them for. I think they always grew up in a small city, 7,000 people living there. So we were out kicking the ball all day long, and it was quite safe. And we grew up with a lot of responsibility, take care of our own, and so that's where I found the passion with the ball as well.
And you said that you've always been serious, that you were really passionate, and you did things with quality. And you learned that from your family, so you've been bloody serious from day one, you could say.
Yeah, seriously. Even though I was 11 and we could lose a game, and I would be sitting on my bike, crying on my way home through rain and stuff. But I mean, football's been my family's biggest passion, and it's been bloody serious. But it's been a lot of fun too. Even though it's bloody serious, we have so much humor and irony and everything. So mixing that serious part with joy and humor is important, because if it's not fun anymore, it's no point doing it. So it's important.
So when you lose now, do you just in a nicer car cry?
On a nicer bike.
On a nicer bicycle. You made your senior debut at 15. The following year, you were the youngest ever to score a hat trick in Norway's top division, taking just 7 minutes to score all three. At 15, did you feel the pressure of being so talented at that age?
Not at all. That's the funny part, because when I was younger and less experienced, I had more that naive and offensively mindset, you could say. And I'm kind of glad for that today, because obviously when you experience more and more at the highest level, you become more clinical, because you have to take care of yourself, protect yourself a bit more, because that's how it is on the highest level. It's brutal sometimes mentally, and you have to fight for your spot. But I was all in, and didn't have any consequence thinking, you could say.
Wow. And you have an older sister.
Yes, I do.
And you've played with her.
Yeah, 3 different teams, right?
Yeah, we followed each other for quite a time, and so we went to Germany together after playing in Norway for a while, and we were kind of ready for the next step, and the next step was getting out abroad and play professional. So after that, we split parts.
Your favorite player growing up, you said, wasn't your sister, it was Thierry Henry.
Yeah, he was one of them,
Yeah.
I would say. I always had a fan crush on all these AC Milan boys, I would say, players. Yeah, like the icons as Maldini, Gattuso, Inzaghi.
Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, not too much. Not too much.
No.
But I liked Arsenal a lot. I always liked Messi, Ronaldo. I can't believe they kept going for 10 years now. I can't believe it, but they've always been there through my youth as well.
Could you pick one? Sorry, I really want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get the debate about who's the best and everything. Like, damn, can't we just appreciate that we have them all for the same time? Mm-hmm. Are we ever going to experience something like that again? I don't believe so. Those two are the ones in their own world, I would say, and they're just out of this world, and we should appreciate them both. Yeah.
All those other players, half those players you mentioned are defensive players.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just loved their style, and like they were leaders and stuff. But I liked Henry a lot when he was at Arsenal, because he was a hell of a good player there.
Yeah, he used to just come in the left, inside.
He scored at every angle and scored with his lefties, righties, and he was quite tall, but he didn't score that many goals that he had. So.
Do you think you modelled your game on Henry at all? Like you just said, then he scores with his left, he scores with his right. We've seen you score a lot of goals with your left, a lot with your right. Do you think watching him so much, maybe?
I think watching football is great. I think for me personally, my philosophy has been with my family and stuff when we've been training is that train on every part of the body. So that's what I'm telling young girls as well. Train with your lefty, train with your right, train with your head. You can't have a winger that can't head a ball, you know? It's important. And to be as complete as possible, that's kind of a part of a game I like to discover. Like, don't, for God's sake, don't lose the quality. You should always work on the quality you have and make them the best. But strengthen all parts of your game, I think is important. So scoring goals I'm good at, but giving assists, those last pass pieces is something that interests me as well.
And you moved to Stabæk and then on to Turbine Potsdam. What would be your favorite memory having played in Germany?
What would be my toughest memory? No, I'm kidding. It's been a fantastic experience, and especially the meeting a culture when I thought I was training a lot. I thought I trained that much before I actually moved to Germany. In Germany, they train the heck out of your body. We had training sessions from 3 sessions a day to 4 sessions a day, and obviously it was a shock, but I grew a lot. Like, it was a really good challenge, and it toughened me up as a person and as a player. So not going to Potsdam, I'm really happy with that opportunity because that gave me the chance to go to Lyon again. So you don't go from a small town in Norway straight to Lyon. You have those small steps in your journey, and I think that's a part of life, and I found that very interesting as well.
In 2014, in the summer, you moved to Lyon. You scored 26 goals in your first 22 matches, which is, yeah, let's give it up for that. And then it got even better in 2015-16. Not only did Lyon win the treble of UEFA Women's Champions League, French League, and the French Cup, but you had 54 goals.
Yeah.
Another class. Big one. Go on.
Yeah. We're just gonna keep going up.
Wow.
And the next season I had 100.
But you are a 4-time Champions League winner, right?
Yes.
All right, let's do it one more.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
So out of those, what's your favourite Champions League win?
Like, they're all amazing. I have to say the first one, because it was the first Champions League, and it was such a mind-blowing feeling, Dreaming about something since you were a little kid and actually go doing it with a team that you've been working hard with every day a year, and it can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but it also becomes your family, and to have that bond in a team and to accomplish something great together is the best feeling in sports. And scoring a hat-trick in a Champions League final, damn, for God's sake, it's a good feeling too, so you never get tired of it.
Yeah, I was at the last one. I saw you
Yeah.
score that hat-trick. I was like, oh, is she going to get another one? Like, what? We would all want you to get one, but absolutely unreal. Killed it.
Thank you.
Killed it.
Well, this show is the close-up, and we're going to take a closer look at 5 of your goals and have you walk us through your mindset, what went down, the circumstances around it. If you remember them, you've scored quite a few goals. Lyon versus Medik Konin in the 2015 Champions League.
Yeah, it's a good team build-up. Like, we,
Oh,
yeah. No, but you could see.
Yeah, go on. So, yeah, and then I just flicked it over the
No,
head.
but you could see.
I mean, it would have been easy for you to start ball watching there, but you're already opening
Yeah,
up your
but
hips
you
to get
can
behind.
see that everyone's prepared. Like, it happens automatically. It's something you train on every day, and when you're in the moment, you just prepare for those moments, and you don't think, and you work together, and obviously a nice finish can't say.
The second goal is Lyon versus Atletico Madrid 2015 Champions League final. Okay.
So we're leading 2-1, and we needed that extra goal to be comfortable for the second leg. Obviously,
But at this point,
It's about will getting it in as well. It's obviously you can fall and get that free kick, and then the other way you can go for the goal. And this is something you just prepare on. The way that's not a basically shot, but it could be a chip as well. And
No
it's
one's
in the
yelling,
moment.
take it to the corner flag. You're like just run the clock out. And you wanted to go for the.
I was in between, so I went for the last one.
Yeah, fair. The hardest one. Just chip the team. What was going through your mind when you turned up? Like when you turned and were facing the pitch again?
To get it on goal. Like number one lesson from my dad: get it on goal. At least it will be a second ball to play on. At least the keeper will get it, but at least get it on goal. Inside the, what do you call it? Cadre, we say in French.
Frame.
Yeah, in the frame. So that's the number one lesson for all strikers out there.
Just as titled Long Range Banger. When you take a touch from anywhere on the pitch towards the goal, are you thinking what sort of range are you in to let it go?
Yes, I think you have to be good at deciding in the situation if you rather should go for a shot or for the pass.
No solo celebration. This is a team.
Yeah, most of them are. It's just that I never prepare for celebrations. Sometimes I've been celebrating on my own, and that's quite an adrenaline. But I like getting those hugs, you know. We're a team, and it's just a natural way to celebrate on.
Does it feel as good as when you take off by yourself?
Yeah,
Like
it feels good taking off on yourself time to time. So
You also get
I
a break from
balance.
sprinting. You don't have to use a sprint to run to the corner flag. You can just take that.
Painting
as a break.
myself
Yeah.
and like, no, not too much of that. I'm gonna tell you a funny story because I got a big balcony where I live now in Lyon, and me and my dad we were just working on putting like a stick out of the balcony and a ball, so we can work on how to jump up with both legs and each leg. And obviously we study that a lot. Like I think I jump up with both legs there. I'm not sure. So we always test what's gonna give the best jump. So this summer I've been standing on my balcony and working on those jumps.
And obviously going off of 2 feet, you're more stable. Somebody's on your backside, bumping you. You're able to have a lot more control instead of being pushed out of position.
True. And then the question is, if you want to get higher again, do you then go one leg or do you get on the 2 legs? And that's an interesting discussion. But it was an important game. PG, biggest rival. Jesus Christ. but we won the treble again and again. So important to stay on top.
Are you actively looking at the timing of your runs, or is it something that's just natural? Like you thinking about it, or is the timing just sort of a natural thing for you?
When it happens in game, it's a natural thing, but it takes workouts, like training, repetition, quality on what you do. When you have enough reputation and quality on every repetition, it's going to come natural in games, and that's what it's all about. I don't think that much when I'm in games. I'm always one step ahead. I always try to be one step ahead and gain those 2 seconds, 1 second. It's all about that, I think, and to get that space to do what you want to do with the ball.
To score long range bangers.
Exactly.
Lyon versus Barcelona, 2019 hat trick. This is the final goal. It's 3-0 already, but being the ruthless striker that you are, you go for more.
We were very deadly in that game. We had good movements, we had great crosses, and obviously when I get myself across in the box, I want to eat them all. So.
And this when you pull off the defender's shoulder or the midfielder's shoulder, become sort of blind to her, and then you cut back when she's lost you. How important is that sort of timing to just throw them off and get back into the
really important. And people think that I hit the ball with a lot of power there, but it's all about controlling it, like hitting the ball right, and it's all about technique. I think people mix a lot about the power and the technique, but in moments like this, it's all about the technique and hitting the ball right. Practice. I've done this 100 times in training, so it's nice to do it in games as well, especially in Champions League final.
At Lyon, there's 7 of this year's 15 Ballon d'Or nominees play for the club. With that many people with that mentality, what is it like to train around other people with the same mentality as you and push each other as much as you guys do?
Already, it's a fantastic achievement to have 7 nominees. I think that shows the depth in our squad. I think I think we manage to push each other every day in training. I think we are able to inspire each other as well to reach another level, because every year is hard when we come from a great season and to restart the whole motor again. And we're able to we have to do that together. If we do that one by one, it would never be possible to win a treble or win a Champions League. Like, you have to have that team atmosphere, and everyone knows the importance of the word team, because that's going to bring out the best of each individual. And that's the fact in team sport and in sport in general. I think if all have the same goal and if all work together and know those values, you're difficult to beat. And we have a great club in the back. We have a president that backs us. He believes in us. He's kind of crazy. He travels to Svoyo, who's freaking on the other side of the country, and that impresses me because that shows the importance and it shows the respect we have in our club. And I think, I don't know if it's a very subjective thing to say, but I think it's a model. Lyon is a model for other clubs too, federations as well, on how to run a modern football today.
You win everything. What is next? Like, what is the ambition every season? Is it to obviously win it all again? What's next?
It's simple to say that you want to win it all again, but it takes a lot of analysis. Like, every time I go home, from every season I go home to my family, and we sit down and we like study a bit the season, like what went wrong, what went good, what should we continue working at, what should we change a bit. So that's what I work on individually. And it's, I mean, after the Ballon d'Or, I was like, people were telling me, yeah, now you gotta go reach the second one, you know? And I was like, Jesus, let me enjoy the first one. But then there's new goals, and then it was a hat trick in the Champions League final, which was a great moment for me as well. So there's always things to work on. I think it's as easy as becoming the best version of yourself, like reaching the max potential is something that motivates me, like for real, and just to try to stay at the top as long as possible. But that takes a lot of work, that takes a lot of analysis and discipline.
Or someone else we've touched on, who you're quite close to, is your sister. So you faced off for the first time last year, like you said before, PSG. How's that for you?
Yeah,
your biggest rival, and your sister's there, and you're like, oh, you're going down.
You should ask my mom and dad. I think they were freaking nervous in the crowd. But
who did they root for?
I had no
One
idea.
each.
The one's winning, they said. But it was funny because, you know, the first game we were in PSG in Paris, and those are really important matches, you know. And it was 0-0, both teams needed the points, and she came in and she had this magical shot from far away, long distance, and I was like, damn, if that went in, you know? And then I was like, I'm on the other team, like I need to score for my team first. So I gave her a little high five on the side when she walked past me, and I was like, yeah, it's special playing your sister, and we've been working together since kids, and I think it's special for mom and dad too, and our brother. And we have to pinch ourselves sometimes, you know, like it's unreal for us as well to experience this. It's like two small girls from a small village in Norway. It's an adventure, and try to enjoy it.
Amazing.
When you finished 0-0, did you both go to the sideline and go like, okay,
Yeah, we're like,
that's okay.
Good
Yeah. Let's move on to the World Cup. What are your thoughts on the tournament so far?
first of all, the crowd and the excitement and the atmosphere has been fantastic. Like the stadiums are packed as far as the games I've seen, and that's the way it should be. And I think, like I've been playing in France for 5 years now, and obviously it creates this buzz throughout the whole country. We have won a lot with Lyon, but now it creates a buzz of the whole country, which is really interesting to see.
You have a bunch of club teammates that are playing for different national teams here. Is there anyone that you've been really impressed with?
I think they're all been stable. I think like especially Wendy, she's scoring goals. It's special. She has a lot of goals for for being a central defender. But now a couple of out is Keisha that went out with Canada and Saki. It's heartbreaking to see because obviously you're rooting for your teammates, but that's the way the World Cup works.
And obviously Nikita Paris, one of us, new signing for you guys. She's actually from Liverpool, where I'm from, so if you can understand me, you'll be fine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do you think about her? Obviously, Lionesses in England, she's one of our new.
She has such a central position in England as well, and really important player for the squad. She's done well against us when we played City. Always dangerous in attack, so it's going to be exciting to work with her. The squad always needs additional players to always take the next step. So you need some new, fresh beginnings, you could say, with new players, and I find that important for the club as well.
The future of women's football. What do you want to see happen?
Oh my God, where to start? First of all, I try to focus on what we can do to make an impact on the game, and obviously that is to train hard, train even harder. I think, stay out of that comfort zone and increase the level. When we increase the level, we've done our job, but we also need help to lift the product and changing the attitudes. First of all, we don't only talk about money. It's not all about money. It's all about changing attitudes as well. Gaining that respect the women's football deserve. Because when you change those attitudes, the money will come too, I think. The investment will come and people will see the value in it. And we're starting to get there. But that's why I said earlier, always have a critical eye that we go in the right direction. Push for it. If you don't push for it, it's not gonna go by itself, you could say. So that's why it's important that we stay together, every one of us. The bigger group we are, who have used their voices, the more impact we will have. But you can't control FIFA and UEFA. I think we have to use those voices we have by performing on the pitch and make an impact by bringing our opinion into the game.
I think the last thing we're going to ask is to young female footballers watching this, what's a message that you could give to them?
Honestly, I always talk about self-belief. I think to be able to dream big is important to create that self-belief. What am I good at? Where do I want to go? And it's easier to take harder decisions as well when you know who you are, That's been the case for me, and I've been able to dream big because I had that self-belief. So after that it comes along a lot of work, hard work, but you all know that. To reach some place you need to work hard, consistent, a lot of quality in what you do, and if you mix that with a hell of a good dose with self-belief, I think everyone can make it far.
Amazing.
That is another episode of The Close-Up. Thank you so much to Puma for making this happen. Thank you, Ada, for your time. Incredible answers. Thank you, Chelcee. Thank you to this live audience. And we will see you guys